third year, and I'm delighted to be your host for the Validictory session MEDI 2K25, a national level technical symposium.
And this is Gitanjali, Biomedical Engineering first year. It is my pleasure to be here with you all as we take you through this wonderful event.
It is with great honor and joy that I welcome you all to this valedictory session of MEDI 2025. Today marks the culmination of days filled with learning, collaboration, and inspiration. As we gather here, we reflect on the journey we have undertaken, the experiences we have shared, and the knowledge we have gained. This session is not just a conclusion, but a celebration of hard work, dedication, and success. We are privileged to have our esteemed dignitaries, enthusiastic participants who have contributed immensely to the success of this event.
Let us appreciate the event possible, our organizing team, speakers, volunteers, and most importantly, each one of you who have participated with enthusiasm and commitment.
As we know that Kishan Reddy sir, our Honorable MP, is the chief guest of our valedictory session. The meeting scheduled in Odisha. He couldn't make it here today, but he has sent a warm message to us for commencing of the successful Meditech Fest.
As we recognize achievements and bid farewell with a spirit of optimism and inspiration.
I invite the student coordinator, Srinath, to accompany Srinivas sir onto the desk. Now I would like to invite our HOD of Biomedical Engineering Department, Malini ma'am, to accompany our guest of honor onto the desk. I now request Malini ma'am to present the fruit bowl to our guest of honor, J. Ramesh Kumar sir. And mentor. Her problem-solving skills have driven the BME department towards excellence. With her warm, nurturing nature and boundless energy, she inspires both students and faculty. Her dedication and vision make her the heart of our HOD. It is my absolute joy and privilege to welcome our esteemed HOD to address the gathering. Public service. A MSc Life Sciences graduate, he began his journey as a teacher in 1996 before joining the SJ 1997 police batch. Over the years, he has served as sub-inspector and circle inspector in the Cyberabad Commissionerate, demonstrating outstanding leadership. His expertise earned him a spot in the United Nations mission in Africa 2027, bringing global recognition to his work. Currently, he serves as an Assistant Commissioner of Police, Rachakonda, making a significant impact in policing, investigations, and IT wing. Beyond law enforcement, he is passionate, motivational speaker, and has actively contributed to anti-drug campaigns, child labor prevention, and human trafficking awareness. During COVID-19, he played a crucial role in saving lives, showcasing his deep commitment to society. Please join me in welcoming ACP J. Ramesh Kumar.
Pleased to invite a key figure who has played an essential role in coordinating and supporting this event. I now invite Sir Dr. MEDI Srinivas, Assistant Professor and Faculty Coordinator, MEDI 2025, to give a gist of the event.
Yeah, very good evening, one and all. Welcome to this valedictory function of MEDI 2025. First of all, I invite our guest of honor, Kumar sir, ACP Rajkonda, and my faculty members, participants, and from different universities and colleges, and our dear volunteers. It was a wonderful journey that I shared with all the students by being a faculty coordinator 25. I'd like to share my experience of these 2 days. Day 1 commenced with a welcome address by our guest of honor, Professor A. Krishnaya, Dean Faculty of Engineering, and followed by the guest lectures of Dr. S. Ramesh, neurologist, neurosurgeon at Komineni Hospital, on the topic of BCI, Brain Control Interface, and the afternoon session included by lecturer Dr. Kaladhar Sheshala, is a head of the critical care department. And today, the day 2 is series of technical events like poster presentations, paper presentations, and model displays, including paper models. The day also have a lecture on artificial intelligence by Dr. Suresh Raghavan from Iowa University and by Dr. Chandrasekhar from Siemens Healthcare Engineering. The event concluded with Ideathon. Thank you, one and all.
First, it's my privilege to welcome our guest of honor for today, Mr. J. Ramesh Kumar, ACP Rajakonda. Sir, we are very fortunate to have you here. I also welcome all the faculty and the non-teaching staff of the department, students, and all the participants who have come from different colleges. Sir, to just give you a brief gist of our department, this is the first university to have started biomedical engineering way back in 1982 with the intake of 10 students, and it was later enhanced to 30 students in 1996, and recently from the last 3 years we are also admitting BPC students into our stream. So we have BPC and MPC students in biomedical engineering. We also have a PG program in biomedical electronics as well as a PhD program. We have our alumni doing exceedingly well across the globe, occupying top positions in academia as well as industries. Annual technical symposium for the students, wherein they can showcase their technical skills in terms of paper presentations, model presentations, as well as postal presentations. Also, they come to listen to many expert speakers in industry as well as academia, and the report will be given by the coordinator. I'm very happy to welcome you to this session, sir. Thank you so much for coming.
In suicidal cases and drug addiction and their harmful effects. Your words have shed light on these critical issues and inspired us all. We truly appreciate your. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your valuable insights. Let us now proceed with the most awaited moment, which is, yes, the prize distribution. I now invite our guest of honor and Malini ma'am to distribute the prizes. The second place goes to Samhita and Soumya, second year BME, UCEOE. The first
Rarely we used to speak to the students. Nowadays it's increased, but of course this kind of situation where technology interventions happening and student academic programs, during these kind of times we are very rarely to be seen. Generally we call the students, make them to sit and tell something that what is happening in the society, what the precautions to be taken care. But this is a kind of different scenario. But being a policeman, I want to use every opportunity to address something what generally we speak to. And since the March is a prestigious time for the women, because March 8th is a Women's Day, and I'm seeing most of the girls here. I'm very lucky to see, and the madams also. So how the world is turning now, uh, how women role has been increased. We can able to see now. In police also, we have employed so many, recruited so many women officers, right from constable to top end. So now it's in a 33% is not a right given to you, but it is your right from your birth, because since 50% or 60%, whatever the capabilities you have, we are eligible for that. So in this kind of courses, women seeing more in number and handling technology for the intervention of human health, well-being, is very happy, because women is graded as a patient exhibiting creature on the world, whatever that animal or whatever the human being, in every aspect, the feminine have a specific patientic thing. So what that is the reason why we employed more women into the police to deal with the concerns of the citizens. So I'm very happy for that. I wish the bright future and success. Uh, so I wish that new technology, since I also worked for a long time in policing for the IT applications. So we were trying to understand the citizens' prospect and integrate them into the policing aspects and develop a lot of applications. So technology, how it makes our own lives very easy. And nowadays, being a policeman in the investigation role, technology is also having another side of ill effects. Really, how the society is going with the bad implications of the technology. But other part of the beauty of the technology, what makes us our life very comfortable, very rich, and very highly passionate to live this globe as the best of the place to live. Since recent days, everybody is going to space and coming back, but still, the everybody's experience is that since the globe is the beautiful one, where other than the outer space, this is to be an eligible place. So technology, I wish all you intervene that artificial intelligence, a day should come to an opportunity comes to you, and I wish you should be part of it, that you find out in a specific technology, which if you insert some chip inside the brain, and it will read everything, make us understand. So AI is now coming, and we are seeing in the cinema now. So now that should come as a reality, and our medical world and our human life has to extend it, and it should meet the requirements of the serious ill patient. So that is what generally everybody is looking for. You, like young generation, you you are the persons to take this is the advancement, because you lived in this technology era. When we were recruited, we were in the colleges, schools. Really, those days were not at all comfortable. You don't have a small pen and paper to write and explain something. And if we don't, we never find this kind of environment, or we never had any facilities since. But you are the luckiest generation where you all come here with a lot of intervention of technology. So since last year, we in police, in my commissionerate, 5,000 constables were recruited. Out of them, 2,500 women also there. In that, you don't expect, but 85% of the constabulary are the engineers. So now, newly recruited police officer, you will find an engineering graduate. We give that priority, ask them to come and join in the police to explore their knowledge and technology, since it become very easy for us to handle the patrolling, technology usage, identifying the criminals, developing the records. Now it's become very very easy for us. Now all the young chap who have come with the technology, now they are 1 to 3 constables are going and finding out the criminals. They are using the technology, analyzing the criminals' data, using their own knowledge. So they are segregating it and finding out a criminal by sitting in the office itself. So now that is the utility in the middle management level, like DSP, circle inspectors, and additional SPs, SPs. Also, most of the officers also being recruited basing on the technology usage. So this is what we feel very happy to take their services. Now forensic science has developed in such a way. We also, you will say, the we also take your help to analyze that what was the crime committed on a, say, most of the doctors are there, no, they treat the persons who are living, but some doctors also treat the dead body because they took a lot of evidences from the body. They are the most important to assess that what was the crime committed against them. Now we are using technology in the forensics also. Earlier it was just to cut open the body, see that what's happened. Now it's not like that. You don't know that we also asking to conduct biopsy test on the muscles of a dead body to identify that what were the chemicals inserted. In some cases that we find some small electronic gadgets in the unknown dead bodies, when we find, means that that fellow was exposed to some of the medical care, and he was being administered some operation, inserted some gadgets inside. So that is giving a lot of leadings. So technology can be used in any of the senses. Now our vehicles are moving by using the technology, identifying and synchronizing it with the geolocations, and we made a geofencing area. We deployed the vehicles there. Now say they are moving in the nook and corners of the area. But to tell two, three things that since you are all are 1, 2, 3, first year, second year, third year, and you will see the world in future. Outside, lot of crimes are being increased, and the perpetrators are adopting the same technology what we are also using, and we are there went into their traps. Now, going by the recent years, there are a lot of laws are there that say you might not be hearing that one POXO Act is there. It's for the children of 18 years below, all are considered, whether it is male or female. 18 years, male or female, they should not undergo any of the harassment of sexual in nature. But that also, that act, we are getting a lot of cases with 17, 18-year girls and boys are indulging in these cases because they doesn't know the ramifications of the and the life what they are going to pursue in future and what they are going to lose. So that is happening in all the colleges, all the schools, right from 17 years to 18 years is a very great delicate age, and boys who are 20 years also committing crimes, and they are being sent to the jail. And nowadays it is not that much. Is earlier used to see that all the cases are acquitted. Now they are not being proved earlier, but nowadays it's not like that. A lot of technology is showing, and it is proving the case. So generally, what happens? A policeman connect the criminal to the crime in many ways. That is enough to prove his guilt. Now, this fellow is using phone unknowingly in different ways. It's not only call details. We also take the geolocations. We also take the charts. We also take the Facebook or social media platforms and conversations. So where he moved, what was his mood, what is his generally what he is texting to others. Basing on the text, we are analyzing that what is the criminal nature of the fellow. Sometimes most of the social patrolling also is happening. So we are trying to gather all this information, putting on the paper, and simply they are getting convictions for 10 years, 20 years. And a young boy of 22, 23 years boy is sending to the jail for 10 years. You see what is his fate of life. He will be coming out after 35, 40 years. There is no use of life after spending an young age in the jail. So these are the things happening outside. 2 to 3% of the young generations are exposing to, but there is a tendency that this is being increased now. So most of the problem what we are facing is that narcotic drugs. Simply that starts at this age. Simply they make friendship, but they don't know that who is falling into it. It starts with a small enjoyment, and somebody offers to take it or taste it for a bit of time, for fun, one time, for the sake of fun, but gradually it makes you to eat your life entirely. The most worst situation for the parents is, if anything is there, that is only this, followed by the accident. Two things are there. Generally we observe that most of the parents are cried like anything because of that, if their children are exposed to the drugs, addicted of the drugs. Second one is they are involved in the accident and died or permanently privated some of the organs, because Once accident happens with your negligence, it takes your entire life, not only your life, it also takes your family's life. Your parents will be suffered for a long time. They don't forget you since you are grown up and come to a society with a lot of hopes, but suddenly you die. These all things are happening because just what we don't have maturity, we don't have concern, and we don't have our attitude towards the society, attitude towards the friendship, attitude towards the habit development, what the habits we are developing. So most of the times when the police, as a policeman, when we try to tell all these things with the young children like you, with the intention that you don't experience it, but I'm 100% sure that you are not going to expose it. But I want you to go and talk these things at outside, being a mentor to the police life. So that is will help the society. 100%. I'm sure that you are very great to be here because since this kind of prestigious issue, I don't think that you fall into them, but your knowledge helps us, the society, go outside, speak about all these things. Most of the time, the women's safety comes when women's safety is in the question when they are not in touch with the others. See, most of the case, something happened to somebody, they first something happens in a small or whatever that in the nip stage, in the bud stage, then they must share it with somebody else, like with the parents, or your colleagues, your friends, your teachers, at least with whom you want to tell by making a call or make a dial 100 call. So initially, if it is the case, then that can be handled. But if you are trying to manage it yourself with some sensitivity, it will be it will become a giant one. It will eat you sometimes. Most of the times, if they doesn't share anything and they become trapped into somebody's trap, then to resolve it, they go to the extent of killing themselves. We have seen the cases. So those who talk about these things openly and tell somebody that this has happened in the initial stage, somebody will help you. And second thing is that you try to observe your own friends with, who is neighbor to you, who is always with you, and see why if they are not properly they are not properly with you or with anybody, they are moody, they are not interacting with anybody, they are not involving, then you suspect something with them. Try to tell somebody else or you go and ask them. Recently, 1 year back, I was in Sangareddy, Deputy Superintendent of Police. There was IIT was there. I insisted the director to arrange for talks with all the students who are recruited in the every year. But even 100 times we have given sessions over there. Even the girls who were into the sessions also, I could face 2-3 incidents of suicides happened over there just because of small reasons. And one great thing is that 2 girls were given a sharing room, and 4 to 5 days they were okay. Fifth day, her close friend could not observe this other colleague girl is her roommate was very silent. She's not talking to anybody. She's not going for lunch, dinner. These are the symptoms. Now after 5 days, when she went for library and come back after a late hours, then found that her roommate was committed suicide. Just if if she could have been addressed by somebody or spoke to her sometimes, understands, if life could have been saved. So it's our natural job to talk to our friends and observe them and see that, because normally at this young age we share with our friends first of all, whatever it may be is good or bad, both things we will share to our friends. But nowadays fashion, it's become very fashion to tell something in the Facebook. I have seen so many cases that students went outside for picnic or this kind of festivals, or they will take a lot of photos, and now they are pushing into the social media. So what the great thing will come out of it, I don't know, but those photos will be preserved in the medium, social media platforms. After few years, some of your friend or somebody other else who can access it and then make some dramas with that. They can modify it, they can morph it, they create a story. I have seen that some of the people are blackmailing their own friends, own students, co-students of older times. Then normally boy or girl, after some time they settle somewhere else, married, children are there, then these people will go and talk to them, blackmailing them, and telling a lot of stories of olden days to her husband. So this kind of blackmail starts when you are openly sharing all the things, all the worst stuff onto the social media platforms, which will make you into troubles, land you into the troubles. So we have seen those many cases. Advise you, if something goes wrong, you can talk to any of the policemen. And for one great advantage is that you go and tell police will never register any case. They will solve the problem according to your requirements. Particularly I'm saying to the girls. You go report them, tell them the story, and you ask for the solution like this. Police 100% will cooperate. Don't think that a case will be registered, your name will be there, you will be called sometime to the court. Nothing will happen. There is no such a rule like that now. Because it is to invite the victims come and report the things to the police. Because of this, we are getting more cases and more safety is being employed, and the executable safety is possible because of that when the girls and women come to the police. So maybe most of the things I spoke about, things which are not at all concerned to you in the academic sense, but in the general sense, when you come outside, you are the free independent citizen, and there must be a thin line between your independence, your freeness, and your restrictions. It's a big point to understand for yourself where our limitation of independence ends, where our controlling of our own factors starts. Who has to control us, who has not to control us. So that has to be decided by yourself only. Where you stop for your restrictions, where you start your openness. So I think you are well matured enough to understand all these things. So I wish you the great and bright career. I want to see you in different great places like in a prestigious institutions. Go and attend to the biggest like these kind of symposiums and present your papers, present your knowledge. I wish to read sometimes like somewhere else in the international journals that you did something good. And since I know I'm a life science student, so I could understand the science. At the same time, I got into technology, so I can interpret what you are saying and how things are happening. So hopefully, I'll find you somewhere else in the. Then I'll call you at that time, and I'll text you for. I wish you all the best in future. Thank you.
Behalf of the organizing team to deliver the vote of thanks. This event wouldn't have been possible without the contribution of many individuals and organizations. It has been an incredible platform for learning. A sincere thanks to our guest of honor, Sri J. Ramesh Sir, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Rachakonda. A special thank you to all the speakers, panelists, and workshop leaders for sharing their knowledge and experiences. To our sponsors and partners, we deeply appreciate their generous support, which helped us. I also thank our head, Professor M. Malini ma'am, faculty coordinator M. Srinivas sir, and other faculty members and administration for always being supportive. They were the main pillar of this event. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to all participants, both from our university and other institutions. Finally, a big shout out to my fellow and volunteers. Thank you.
maintain decorum as we honor our nation, may I kindly request everyone to
जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हे